Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the RapChat podcast. Now, before we head into the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and also subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating, and also please leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every single day. No, just kidding. Every single day. Every single week. Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
I was like, geez, we're going to grind that hard this week.
Where we post clips every day.
Every
for the
hour.
rest of eternity.
Every hour. New clip every hour.
Every minute.
So anyways, new clips for the rest of the week. I'm your host, Luke Dick.
I'm Elias Eldridge.
And I'm Sam Kenny.
And welcome back to the show, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi.
You were
Fun,
tempted to press one of the buttons.
Raptors,
weren't you? I could see it in your
pockets,
eyes.
so I'm just like, come on.
Raptors in the 6th seed.
Raptors
Positive,
in
man.
the 6th seed, yes. I just wanted to press it. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Going all the way.
Going all the way.
We're going
That's
all
the
the
championship
way.
run, baby.
Yep.
St. Peter.
Hey, man, Will Lou was talking about how he's excited for this playoff season, man.
This
and
one,
yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah,
so,
man. Pascal Siakam going to solidify himself the top 5 NBA player.
He is an all NBA player. By the
Oh,
way.
he is definitely an all NBA player. We can maybe get into that later on, too.
Pascal is just, he's crazy ridiculous. But we have, so schedule for today. We've got game recaps. We're going to chat a little bit about Armani Brooks, and then we're going to chat, we have a question for the group, and then we're going to do looking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay,
Sounds fun to
everybody.
me.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. So what are the games we've got?
We got the Cavs game, and then we've got the Pacers game. Which I don't think
Cavs
we're not
game,
going to spend too much time on the Pacers
Yeah,
game.
probably not.
We'll
Probably
spend time on the first, 18 minutes of it.
not. All right.
And then, before the fire.
Yeah, before the fire. All right, so
Precious, let's play some fire.
Yeah. Precious started the fire up there, man.
Yeah.
The threes. Precious career high
Unwarranted.
3-point shooting. Anyways, yeah. So I had the Cavs game. So we were all excited for this game because this is the game that was going to tie our biggest game of the year for us. We're playing in Toronto. We're trying to tie our records with the Cavs because if we lost to the Cavs, that means we would be we'd be 2 games behind them. It'd be very difficult to catch up, especially with the competition that we've got coming up here.
And they hold the tiebreaker. So this is a must win.
Yeah,
But if we win this one, then whoever basically has a better record for the last 10 games of the season gets the 6th seed. So
yeah, and that's exactly right. So that is it's a very exciting game. There's a lot on the line, and I think it's important to mention that we haven't had the best games in Toronto this year.
No.
We really haven't. Like it's been frustrating to see us play in Toronto sometimes because we haven't had that same sort of spark that we have on the road, and it's frustrating because it's like, bro, we're at home.
We are for comparison, we're 19 and 16 at home
And most
compared to 23 and 16 on the road.
most of those home wins came, we had no fans also.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
weird
enough.
I mean, I guess we're still gelling as a team, getting used to fans and stuff. I think we're over it now, but
And also the fans, come on now. You're paying a lot of money. How about you,
Yeah,
show a little bit of emotion for once?
exactly. Come on,
Jesus.
people are just. That's
Jesus
a whole nother
Christ.
conversation. We had that conversation on the podcast. I think.
did.
Yeah, I was watching Pascal hitting and 1 fall away shots, and
Yeah.
fans were just sitting there.
Yeah, it's
Fans like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing. So, first quarter, I think one thing that was quite evident, and last time we played the Cavs, it was quite evident as well, that height is going to be a little bit of an issue.
No Jared Allen, though.
No Jared Allen, right? And that is very true. And when he comes back, that is going to be a whole nother ball game.
If he comes back.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
if he does end up coming back. But sad, Jared Allen, he was out against us last time, and so obviously we didn't see him again this game. But it is sad not to see Jared Allen playing. But at the same time, like, I guess we have an OG. Like, no team's perfectly healthy. It's just, you know what I mean? That's the way basketball goes. That's just how it is. You're never gonna have a completely healthy team for an entire season.
Nope.
It is what it is.
Like even Chris Paul is not playing for the Suns, and pretty much every other
He just
player.
came back, actually.
He just came back, but for the longest
Yeah,
time,
He
he
missed
was.
what? 15, 16 games.
Exactly.
And John Morant, the
Yeah.
Grizzlies are 17-2 without John Morant.
Wow,
That's wild, man.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So yeah, height was going to be a bit of a problem early on. I think they got a lot of their baskets really close to the rim, cutting to the basket, doing screen and rolls, and that's just, pick and roll game is going to be easy for them.
That first quarter, they only hit 1 3. Everything else came on the inside.
Exactly. So we were 1-7 to start. We were not having a great start, very slow. But I loved how Pascal started shooting threes, man. Pascal started getting into it, shooting threes early, and that's what he told us he was going to be doing, man. Like in post-game interviews, he's been letting us know that that's the direction that he wants to take. He wants us to shoot more threes. And you know what, man? Pascal's a great shooting form. He's a great shooting form. He's a great free throw shooter. And I think maybe it was the shoulder that was giving him problems a long time ago. But now it looks like he's a lot more comfortable shooting those shots.
It's the same shot every time.
Yeah,
it's very repeatable off the catch, off the. One thing I've really noticed is, after he came back, since all year he's taken like a decent amount of catch and shoot threes. Like he'll take them when they're open. I've noticed he's much more willing to take the occasional pull up three now.
Yeah,
which I think is really just to mix in there once a game, right?
Yeah.
Keep the defense on their toes.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
because a lot of times defense once he starts dribbling, they'll back off him.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, totally.
So
absolutely
keep him honest.
So yeah, love Pascal starting to get something going, shooting threes, and we started to pick up on the defensive end. Precious had a amazing block on Evan Mobley, which was just like, I love Precious being so aggressive like that, especially against somebody who's a 7-footer. And to be honest, when you see Evan out there and you see Precious out there, the size difference is there, but maybe it's just with Evan. Like
significant.
Yes, you can see a big difference in size between Precious and Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
When it comes to Evan Mobley, you don't really see it as much.
He's so skinny.
Exactly. Like Precious is 6'9", 6'10". Like Evan is
Precious is listed at least 10 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you don't notice it as much. I really don't think I noticed the height difference as much when it came to Precious, and I think he had a very great block on Evan in that first quarter, and then we were 13-0 to wind down the quarter. Man, we really changed it around. It was we started actually finding each other. Started to feel like we had a little bit more of a rhythm to the game. So heading into the second quarter, we were struggling inside to guard him. Like we just. It's part of it is that height difference, and part of it I think was also just miscommunications, and we're missing our defensive rotations, and it just
Markkanen was living inside, man.
Yeah.
He had a great game for them.
He had a great game.
That's a guy who doesn't really do much inside usually.
Yeah. And then we started to go on a scoring run about halfway through the quarter, literally because we just played good defense, and we were in transition. And it's like one of the things I love to see. This is my favorite thing, and this is one thing I think we saw really well against the 76ers, is as soon as we get the ball, everyone is hustling down. And I think we can catch teams off guard by doing that because they are unprepared, and then it looks like they might have 4 or 5 guys on defense, but by the time we have our whole squad down there, it's actually a 5-on-3, or a 5-on-2. And then we end up scoring on them.
And that's the value of having a bunch of ball handlers that are also rebounders. Like there are guys on the Raptors who you prefer to run the break over others. But if Chris Boucher or Thad Young are running the occasional break, I'm not that worried. No. Like Chris has actually been quite good this year, grabbing the ball and going at choosing his spots.
He'll look out to do it sometimes.
I just noticed this. Chris Boucher and Thad Young combined for 19 off the bench in the second quarter alone.
Wow.
Combined 8 for 9 shooting.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Their name.
And Thad, I think in this game really, I think we started to see a little bit more classic Thad Young playing in this game. I think for a while Thad has taken a little bit of a back seat. He's really great to start. Then a couple games, maybe 2 games, 3 games, he wasn't really doing a whole lot. He was kind of looking like a liability out there. And then this is the game I think where he really started to make his impact.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. And he, of course, he's going to be impactful no matter what. It's just sometimes he was a little quiet at times. But I mean, he gives guys rest, right? And when you put him out, he's not a net negative on the floor.
No.
So Scotty's passing looked more energized, and his swag on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like his confidence just started to creep back. I think he was making great passes. I think a way for Scotty to really get back into the game if he's not scoring a whole lot is to really look for people in the assists. He made a couple no-look passes that were just ridiculous, and I think and cross-court passes, and really finds guys that when he passes the ball. Sometimes I'm like, I hardly see this in any game that I ever watch where somebody passes like that because he's so tall.
Confidence too. There's one I think it was on the fast break where he was legit looking directly at the corner on a fast break. Redwood's running, he just goes like this.
Exactly.
His feel on the fast break is so amazing for a guy that young. Like I think we've seen over the year his half court feel get better and better.
Yep.
But kind of from day one, he's been really, really comfortable running the break and just there's all these guys flying around, yet he just seems so calm in the middle of that.
He controls the pace.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I love when he does that because then that opens things up for him, you know, and it starts to get him into the flow of the game and starts to get him feeling more confident. And it seems like we were having great chemistry. That's when we started building it really comes from the defensive end, but it also comes from our offensive possessions too. When we actually power passing the ball well and moving the ball well, I found in the second quarter we were doing a great job of actually moving the ball.
I think we should just say also this is OG was back for this one.
Yes.
And he had 2 threes in the second quarter. Really nice having his catch and shoot 3-point
He
ability.
airballed his first 3 and then cashed the next 2.
Yeah, man. It's just so nice having that extra
Option.
spacing in the corner, right,
Yeah.
for
And
Pascal
and
and Scotty.
it's legit spacing too. You know, it's not like him bursting in the corner.
No,
or something.
no.
It's like it's natural.
It's an elite 3-point shooter.
Yeah, or it's like that's not like that either. Like where it's like not these iffy guys. Like it's a guy who we trust to shoot.
You're
the basket.
expecting him to make it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. OG changes the dynamic of the team
So much.
We are not the same team without OG.
No, and
we
he
just
didn't
aren't.
really look like he lost much of a step defensively.
No.
Like he looked pretty classic OG on that end. Too.
Yeah, and I think the rest helps.
Yeah.
The rest
Oh,
helps because he was looking dog tired earlier
Yeah.
this year. So rebounding was good despite the 7-footers, man. Like I think it's like our length really showed. We were just all grinding to get those rebounds, defensive possessions, offensive possessions. As soon as the ball goes up, we're running towards the rim. We're trying to get it, and I think that rebounding for us just gives us extra time, extra possessions, and I think that is so important for us as a team because the more possessions we get, the more opportunities it gives for everyone to touch the ball and everyone to make an impact on the floor, and I think that builds just towards our chemistry and towards a certain synergy that we can create together. And then I was just loving OG at the 3-point line, man. I was loving how confident he was taking those threes. He hit like 3 corner threes maybe.
Wasn't rushing it either.
Wasn't rushing
setting
it.
his feet, getting the shots up.
Exactly, and they were great shots, and he was confident taking them. It's great to see that because sometimes when players come back from injuries like this, especially like a hand injury, he can be maybe reluctant to shoot the ball and sort of revert back to a certain type of behavior. Like at the beginning of the season, I think we saw OG not really shooting the 3-point shot that well, and he was a little bit timid to shoot it. And I think as the season progressed, we saw him get much more confident at the 3-point shot, becoming an elite 3-point shooter. And then I'm just worried, just a little bit scared how that 3-point shot was going to come back as he came back. But honestly,
shot 4 for 8.
Yeah, it was 50%, and 4 threes in that game is amazing. Like that is just. It's a game changer, man. Like it adds a whole nother threat level to our team when we have him on the floor. So going into halftime, we were a comfortable 10-point lead. It's not very often where we're playing teams like this and we have a 10-point lead going into halftime.
Pretty, all things considered, even though it was it wasn't a blowout. The Raptors led all game, and it actually felt like
I felt comfortable the entire
yeah.
Yeah, and I think I brought this up to you guys too. This was one of the first times where we've played and put like a legit bench squad out there, and it's been like, oh damn,
they actually did good.
Yes, and it wasn't like Delano out there or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we had Armani out there.
Thad, Precious, and Chris, and they're all very effective bench pieces.
Very, very effective. And then we got a chance to rest Pascal. How many minutes does Pascal play in this game?
32.
Yeah, which
32.
is nothing.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Oh,
And you know what makes that possible, even though these guys are maybe polar opposite players, is having a guy like Armani Brooks that is able to keep the offense at a level. Right, that was always the problems with the bench units.
Armani Brooks, his shooting's been on and off since he's been on the Raptors, but you have to guard him on the 3-point line. You have to, which just leaves everything else open.
And that makes these bench units so much more seamless, fits.
The whole thing before is Precious, before Armani even got here, he wasn't shooting that well before this. Chris Boucher, Thad Young, you don't have to guard those guys on the 3-point line, right? So now it's all congested inside, and then we can't do much because these guys can't get their own shots up. Or can't create for themselves. But Armani Brooks, that just puts the defender on the 3-point line.
And if you have Armani and OG or Armani and Fred, right, that's even more.
Yes.
And that just buys.
I love that lineup.
And you don't have to rely on Fred played 40 minutes in this one. Which is,
I don't know why he played 40 minutes.
But yeah, it's really nice seeing Pascal only play 32 minutes.
I think honestly though,
Which is
Fred
still a lot of
wasn't
minutes.
really exerting himself a whole lot out there. He was being more of a floor general. I think he was just because when you have a new guy like Armani out there, and Thad's not a point guard, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have a line, you don't have Scotty. Say you have a lineup of Fred, OG, Armani Brooks, Thad Young, and like Precious Achua. You need Fred out there. You need him out there, right? And but Fred may not be the one scoring though. You know what I'm saying? Like Fred might not be the one who's getting to the rim or shooting the shots. But at the end of the day, he's the one who's conducting the offense, and that's where everything kind of comes from. And that's why you get shots open up for somebody like Armani. You get shots open up for Precious and Thad, and of course OG. So
and like I said, like I've been saying for a little bit, this is what Fred's going to be, I think, for the rest of the year. He just doesn't have like that knee is like he just doesn't have the ability right now to have those explosive scoring nights. He's out there as a stabilizer and a spacer.
Which is fine.
And that's
Fred has
like don't expect right like this is what he's gonna be, and that's it speaks to how awesome Fred is that he can shift between roles like that.
Fred's made a 3 in every game this year.
Yeah, he's one of the longest streaks in the. I think he's got the longest streak in the NBA right now.
Really, Steph must have it.
I thought Steph's got broken because he got hurt.
Oh, I think you're right.
I got broken a little bit ago, but yeah, or Fred's got some streak that's higher than Steph.
Yeah.
You usually have to like take Steph out of those though. It's like the humans are Fred's 3-point streak along the non.
No, Steph's is still there.
He still has it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Fred among the normal ability.
The normal shooters.
Yeah. We're heading into the third quarter. Like 3-point shooting, amazing to start, and I love that, man. I love when guys are hitting threes and knocking down shots.
Me freaking too. Love it.
Well, it's encouraging. You know what I mean? And I think it just goes to show how much potential this team has, right? As soon as you get out of that halftime, it's a 10-point lead. That's a lead that teams like the Cavs, what do they want to do? They want to chip away at it right away. That they want to come out fired up. They know they've got the same record as us. Or to tie the record. They don't want to lose this game. They don't want to lose the game, and that's clearly evident. And you know what? Also, I want to just say quickly, Darius Garland did not do very well this game.
Tough night for him.
Tough night for Darius Garland. It's sad because I was
still finished with 18 and 10.
Oh yeah, but
he's gonna get that every night.
1 for 6 from 3. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was sad because I like seeing Darius Garland go off. Like he's a great player. But yeah, so 3-point shooting is great to start, and I think that just really helps solidify the lead. Cavs were looking low energy. Like they didn't have much pop.
Were they on a back-to-back?
I don't think they were.
No, right? They had the same break.
Yeah, we both had 2-day break.
Yeah. And then Pascal is just a monster, man.
Oh my god.
His 3-point shooting, his drives to the basket, his spin arounds, turnarounds, fadeaways, just everything was falling.
Unguardable.
Like that is the moment where you're like, Pascal is superstar.
This is
guys. I don't think he brings much to the team.
I think we should still contemplate.
I still think we should trade.
Let's trade him for Andrew Wiggins and James Wiseman.
Yes, dude.
Honestly
though, like
that's an all-star for a non-all-star, man.
This game for me, out of Pascal's career games, just like off the top of my head, is among like the 5 or 6 best games.
Yeah.
Like this, he did everything down the stretch.
Yeah.
Like we'll probably get to that, but he's just elite. Like 3 for 4 from 3 in this quarter, not all wide open. Like there was that one off the pick and pop where he almost flared out to the wing. He looked like a wing shooter coming off that screen.
He did.
I was so surprised when he shot that too. Because I'm like, holy shit,
feeling it,
and it was cash. It was just cash.
Feeling it. And how many like free throws did he even shoot? He wasn't. I felt like he didn't get to the. 5 free throws, so 5 for 5 from the line. But yeah, man,
he's special, man.
Wild game. 6 assists too to go along with that.
Just goes to show, man. You never know who has the potential to like be a star in the NBA. Yeah. Like, you're watching because March Madness is going on. I guess that's kind of in my head right now. Like, we're watching all these players play, and you never know, man. Like, some players are great college players, some players are amazing high school players, and then you never hear about them ever again.
I was gonna say. I forget what I was gonna say.
I was talking about high school players and college players.
It was before that.
Well, I was thinking about Pascal. He didn't even think
March Madness.
It was with Pascal.
Pascal didn't even know he was gonna get drafted.
Yeah.
Like I remember he said he could have gone anywhere from like
we took him higher than people were projecting. Yeah, I know that.
He said he was like he was ready for the reality that he wasn't going to get drafted, and now he's one of the 20 best NBA players.
Man,
the best player on a 6 seed. Like
you gotta put respect.
Far
on
away
his
the
name,
best player too, in my opinion. Lately.
Late.
Like he's far and away our best player. I mean that's much.
As much as I love Fred, man, like
it's not
Pascal does so much for this team.
It's kind of crazy.
Everything for this team.
He's got some of the biggest like usage percentages in the league, and it's not an interesting stat actually. Him and Scotty are among like it was a stat that I was talking about passes per game. And out of non-guards, Pascal and Scotty are both in the top 20, I think, of that, or top 5 of non-guards per passes per game. For reference, like they both passed more than LeBron.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
they were.
LeBron, who's LeBron going to pass to?
Yeah, but just like the fact that he's like kind of doing it.
No,
He's taking over,
crazy.
but also within the flow at the same kind of time.
I remember I was going to say, Pascal has like most improved player type vibes right now, but that's not. If you don't look at stats, like if you just looked at how he plays last year compared to this year, like
And
it is
even the year
far-
before that.
Oh yeah,
he's a different player.
He's way better than that.
He's a
year.
different player.
Well, I'm saying, especially last year, I could not stand watching Pascal Siakam play basketball. Man,
Yeah, it was whack.
brutal. But this year, man, like if you actually watch between the two, it is unreal the difference.
Night and day.
He's shooting 37% from 3 now.
Defense is crazy.
That's above league average.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
Wait, what?
he's shooting above league average from 3 now. Pascal.
37%.
Yeah.
No way. That's crazy.
That is nuts. Man.
And he's the best
Because he's taking more threes, man. He's taking more threes and he's actually making them.
And he's him handling the ball so much. Really, only 2.7 turnovers a game is ridiculous.
yeah.
He's
How much he's handling the ball and
you
moving
could say
the ball.
he's our best scorer.
Yep.
I would argue he's our best playmaker for the positions he puts his
Yeah, I
teammates
think
in.
he might be a best
he
playmaker.
He can do things that Fred can't because of the
He's
size
size,
difference,
exactly.
man.
And
He can pass out the post, he can pass
Yeah.
on the wing,
and
bring
he
the ball before.
doesn't have the highest ceiling as some guys on defense, but night in, night out, I'd say he's our most consistent
Consistent
defender.
defender. Absolutely.
and now and now he's probably one of our best shooters percentage wise.
Catch and shoot for sure.
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Crazy. Oh my god.
I think he might be our second best 3-point shooter right now.
He's shooting better than OG from 3 on much less attempts.
But I'm just saying percentage wise.
Yeah.
Like what? Like,
I think he goes Fred, then Gary, then I think Pascal
Gary,
after
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
but he's close to Gary.
And he takes good shots, man.
Yeah.
Like the shot selection is so perfect, man. Like I don't think I've ever seen Pascal take a 3 and been like, "Oh."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you don't count his first 15 games this year, his stats are ridiculous.
And even then, so like he had
It's
what?
still, like, right now, it's
Yeah.
still really good. But if you take away those first, what was it, 10 games?
He had like
or so,
5 games on the minute restriction, and then he had a couple games with Russ still.
Yeah, like if you take away up into like his first 10 games, after that it is ridiculous.
Yeah. He's improved so much. At every facet of his game has gotten better.
Yeah.
Awesome to see.
So exciting to watch Pascal play. It's so cool to see I feel like we haven't really had a player like this on the Raptors in a long time that is just so night in and night out fun to watch play.
So versatile.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
His
Yeah.
birthday is in 6 days.
Oh, and he's turning 28.
Oh, it's win a playoff series for his birthday.
Yeah. So one thing that I noticed in the third quarter is I think we were getting a little tired. We were losing them in transition. They were able to pass the ball well and just they were making layups, man. Just like stupid easy shots and just stuff that it's like, okay, take a timeout. Let's they're going on whatever,
Yeah.
like a 6-0 or 8-0 run or 8-4 or 8-2 run. It's like, okay, let's chill out here, guys. Limit their transition baskets. And then there was a tough fight. It was a tough fight in the third quarter. I think this is the third quarter is really where, and the end of the third quarter, I think is really where the Cavs tried to try to really catch up. And then we head into the fourth, man. And first thing I've got here is I love how under control Precious is, man. He doesn't let the anxiety get to him. He just looks poised. He looks under control and that he's not nervous. He's not he's not, what I'm saying? Like, there's so many possessions earlier this season.
If you look at him compared to the start of the season compared to now, at the start of the season, he was so out of control. Every time he had the ball, he was dribbling like to his head.
Doesn't know where he's
Like,
going. Doesn't know
choice
decision to
He
make.
doesn't think ahead at all. It's all instinct, and he's not good enough ball handle playoff instinct like that. But looking at him now, he's so much more
He's
developed.
making some really nice
Yeah,
passes.
man. He's keeping his head up. Like, I feel like for
Yes.
so long, he's got the ball and he thinks, I have to do something. It's like, no, we have to do something.
Yeah.
Like, look up. Keep your eye. Like, he's a great passer, man.
just make the right play, and that's what he's
Right.
doing now more than ever.
Right. Like, basketball is so much more than I have the ball in my hands. What do I do with it? It's I have the ball in my hands. What can we do with it? Just because you have the ball in your hands doesn't mean like you're.
Yeah, it's not your turn to go score. It's your turn.
Yes.
It's your turn to just do something with it.
Yes.
I thought that showed he had I think it was the third quarter, but he had a beautiful pass. He had it kind of in like the short corner, and Scotty cut.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Precious standing for
yeah.
a great pass just for an easy dunk. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, that was a great pass.
Yeah.
That was a very,
those
very
are
good
passes
pass.
he was not making
No.
a few months ago.
Hell no.
you would have missed that.
Yeah, he would have tried to drive and throw it off the backboard.
And then we had Chris clutching up with an early 3.
Oh yeah, he's so clutch.
oh, yeah.
Chris Boucher is so clutch. We were
It's
talking
weird.
about that,
Yeah,
man.
it's
He's so clutch.
We all watched this game together, and we were saying, like, man, Chris Boucher, like, he's low-key one of our most clutch players.
He's always making that big play,
Yeah.
whether it's a
Always.
3 or a charge or a big rebound. He's always doing something.
Dude, and it's like his 3-point shot is now looking like it did like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like I trust it. No.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to be like,
I'm not gonna bet money it's gonna go in every time.
No,
but,
he's still shooting 29%.
But
But a
I'm
lot
not
of that
upset
is-
at his shots whatsoever.
Yeah.
let's say last 10 games, last 15 games, Chris has been phenomenal, and 3-point shooting has been very, very acceptable.
For what he is, you'll take it.
Absolutely. And man, the form, like as weird as it is, I mean, he holds his follow through like it's you know.
It's the same every time.
Yeah.
He replicates it every time.
So when he goes
yeah.
up here, he's like,
Yeah.
and holds it like this.
These guys'
I mean,
bodies,
and-
his body's kind of contorting.
Yeah.
Chris is also a great free throw shooter. I think a lot of people underestimate Chris's free throw shooting because of his weird looking form, but he knocks them down, man.
78%.
Like he's a great
Wow.
free throw shooter.
First
man.
career, he's kind of always just been a 78%, 79% free throw shooter.
He's very good from the free throw line, and as of lately, he's been awesome.
Basketball Reference has one of his nicknames as Swatter Boy.
Swatter boy.
Is that insulting? It's like you were a water boy until you come in and have one block, and now you're a Swatter Boy.
I think that's like Sweeter Man. It's like the Toronto slang.
Sweeterman's.
I think it's, I don't know. Maybe it's a play on that. I don't know.
I think it's a water boy play.
Oh, price drop on an espresso pods. Thanks,
wow.
basketball reference.
Thanks Google
Oh yeah.
for
Listen to me.
listening to you. So Chris is just so
coffee.
yeah. Toronto Raptors. So Chris is just clutch down the stretch, man. He was really getting it
Stamped
done
it.
for us. We had great communication, passing the ball, giving it up when we need to. We're always the team to make the extra pass, man. We have no selfish players on this team.
Nope.
Rebounding and defense, that's where we get our next power moves comes from, and power plays come from, and influential plays in games come from rebounding, man. They come from offensive and defensive rebounding because that means you're playing good defense, and you're getting out there and you want to play. So, again, clutch. Pascal had the crazy step back and one
my
jumper
God.
dude.
on Lowry Markkinen, bro.
Or he was going at Lowry
Wasn't that
Markkinen.
was a 3-point shot? Was it?
No, that
no.
was right before the three. He had a pull up three right after that to
Right.
ice the game. But well, before that step back and one, he had a fade away in the paint. He had a dunk in transition off of OG fed Pascal in transition. Then he had that step back and like he was just picking on Markkinen every time.
Oh man.
And then in the awesome three where like dribbling off his right too, which is a little harder to shoot the pull up off of. Just over like two, and he was getting double teamed at that point. He's just like, all right, I'll just take the three. I'm 6'9", I'll just shoot it over
Yeah,
you.
I literally wrote
Yeah.
Pascal hits three being triple teamed.
Yeah.
Triple teamed. Like
That's
what
three.
is this?
Dude, 6 for 7,
A three.
Yeah. That's
Not
three.
2, a 3.
35, 5, 6, 12 for 20 from the field, 6 for 7 from 3. 6 for 7.
Unbelievable, man.
I mean, not as good as like I would do, but like it's good. It's good. It's
Or
good.
Svi.
It's definitely good for sure.
Not as good as Svi would do.
And when you
Nah,
look at
Svi's a god.
the starting
You can't
lineup,
compare him to Svi,
when you
that's
look at
not
the starting lineup, man, he Pascal scored as much as Scotty, Fred, and OG combined.
Wow.
They combined for 35.
Dropped
Pascal
30
scored 35.
35 points, man. So happy
that's
with
what he does.
Pascal.
And we needed like so clutch, man. Down the stretch, he was.
That
And it was
is
all game. He
elite
was elite
basketball
throughout the
playing.
game. Yeah.
Throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
So then, ending the game, final 104-117.
Yeah, and
we really put the nail in the coffin. With
And
this.
Massive
in the
win.
fourth quarter, he got 10 points and shot perfectly from the field.
Yep.
Awesome.
And,
Superstar.
Clutch.
I wrote, on the last line of my
Last
notes
line,
were
the
much
last
needed
line.
win.
Much needed.
Much needed win.
Most
If
needed
you
win
lose
of the
that
year.
game, you didn't really have a hope at the 6th seed.
No,
Yeah.
and then
You
you're
won
playing-
that game,
then
and now
playing-
you're in the 6th seed.
Then you're playing Brooklyn to play in.
Yeah.
then
And
you're
not
probably
only
losing
did
that
we
game.
win this game, we really won this game.
Yeah,
Like we
statement.
put
We were
it
in control.
away.
We were
bro.
in control
We were
all
in
game.
control the whole time.
Cleveland had the little spurts, but we were in control.
Yeah,
Like, I never felt like
they had the spurts in the third quarter. They fought really hard, but we were clearly the better team.
Yeah.
We were clearly better. When I was watching this game, and honestly, I felt like there was no way that you could not watch this game and think the Raptors are just clearly the better basketball team. Like that's just the way it is. Better teams play worse teams. That's I think exactly what we saw with the Pacers. We're just better. Like there's no way.
Pascal's only shooting 0.3% worse from 3 than Gary Trent Jr.
Yeah. I mean, how many? Way less.
I know,
attempts,
but
though.
I'm just saying.
And degree of difficulty is a lot lower.
Lot
than that.
different.
I got to make up my Gary Trent.
Yeah.
I gotta get back in the good
No,
graces.
Gary is better. Gary is definitely
You're
better.
right. Pascal Siakam's a better 3-point shooter than Gary
Yeah.
Trent. Take that out of context.
Post that one clip.
Oh wow, I looked at the time.
Based.
4:44.
All right.
Moving
Indiana.
on. Indiana game.
We are not going to spend much time on this game. partly because there was a fire, a speaker caught on fire, and out of precaution they evacuated the arena. But it didn't really matter because what was done up to that point stayed. So I guess I'll highlight.
I wonder if there was like a song playing with the speaker when it turned on, because that'd be a funny meme.
That would be funny. No, I think it was.
They're playing the Lil Wayne song.
I think it was.
Saudi fire burning on the dance floor.
Imagine that they're playing that as everyone's evacuating. No, I think it was Precious 3-point shooting that
It was.
set that on fire, man. Because he
I
came out and started 4 for 4 from 3.
The form is looking different too. The form is looking much more crisp.
and
keeping that hand
all
Used to
4 of
be-
those
used to
3,
be.
yeah.
And his feet too. His feet look much more
Not diagonal.
spread out.
It's the same shot every time.
They look more shoulder width apart. They look more set and foundational in his shot. I think his feet were too close together before.
Yeah.
And Dave Hopla, he rubbed off on you.
Yeah.
But Precious, man, 4 for 4 from 3 to start this one. All of them from the top of the arc, which is
That's
much
not where
more
he shoots
impressive.
too, because he shoots something from the corner all the
No,
time.
man, maybe the next Brooke Lopez right here. Or Carl Anthony
next
Towns.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk.
The Raptors'
Dirk.
whole, I mean, the Raptors' whole kind of strategy this game was basically just Pascal and Scotty getting smaller Pacers guys onto them, taking them into the post, either scoring or kicking out to a shooter.
We outsized the hell out of this
OG,
team.
man, we started we were nailing our threes. I mean, OG start. How many threes did OG? OG was 3 for 5 from 3 in this one. Guys off the bench, Precious 4, Armani hit 2, Chris had his 3, Thad had a 3,
Armani.
and then garbage time, Yuta and Svi each had a 3. I mean, that was literally our game plan every time down.
Yeah,
Was
like, who was their tallest player, man? Like who did they even play?
Jalen-
they didn't play a
Smith,
center.
I guess.
Yeah, they didn't even
Jalen
play a
Smith, he came
center.
off the bench. Pascal was abusing Jalen Smith.
He
inside,
started.
man.
James Smith started with him.
He started.
Yeah.
Um,
Smiles Turner's out. He's 6'10".
They had like most of the time it was.
He was on the Suns.
Yeah, most of the time it was O'Shea Brissett guarding one of Pascal or Scotty, and then whoever was getting guarded, like Pascal was getting guarded by
good.
Buddy Hield for stretches in this one, and he was just going inside and like,
So
okay,
I expected to see DeMontis Sabonis out there. For sure. I was like, totally.
He's gone, yeah.
Pay attention, man.
Justin Anderson
Trash.
looked pretty good in this one for the Pacers. So
He's a big dude
shout
too.
out
He's
Justin
a
Anderson.
big dude too. You
Yeah,
gotta put him on Pascal or
but
OG.
he was getting
He's getting body, but
getting
you
buckets on him, man.
gotta put him on. someone.
I don't even know like what else to say from this, man. Like
Kiefer
it was,
Sykes.
the ball movement was awesome. They were like just humming the ball around, getting open threes, getting cuts. After the fire, Fred out of precaution just because he wanted to ramp back up. For his knee was held out. Also, the Raptors were up like 30, so I think it was kind of just glorified.
We were up 30 like the whole game. And
Yeah, that was.
Fred
that
looked
was
actually good to start this one. He was getting into the paint and he was
looked
kicking
good
out
with
to
the
a lot of
sauce.
shooters.
Scotty was 8 for 11, 19 points.
Oh, yeah.
7 assists, 6 rebounds, doing
In
everything.
the second, like Scotty did some beautiful passes in this one. Just some whipping the ball around.
I think these games are very important for Scotty
Yeah.
and his confidence to go into more challenging games, more challenging opponents, and be like, oh yeah, like I can do this.
Yeah, there was a like in the third quarter, I think it was. There was a time where Pascal would just get the ball in the high post. Scotty would seal. Pascal would just dump it over like whoever, like Buddy Hield. Scotty would grab it, post hook. I think they did like 3 times in a row. It was not a hard one for the Raptors. We won by 40. So
Well, and I mentioned this to you guys before the podcast, but before the fire, like going into the fire was pretty close to the end of the second
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
So let's say halftime. Going into half, we were on pace to score 140 points. We were at 70-something points, and we almost scored 140 points, man. It was 131 to 91. We literally toasted these dudes. Like we roasted
No pun
them,
intended.
flipped
No
them
pun
over,
intended.
and then toasted them. Like it was
Put some butter on it.
Oh, put some nice butter on it, maybe some
Garlic
jam
butter.
or some jelly.
Some garlic
Ooh.
butter. Woo!
Yeah, I was definitely vibing.
I
there.
was eating up.
Terry Taylor minus 35. That's tough.
Wow.
One thing to shout out at this one, not really about the game,
Lance
is about
minus 34.
Armani Brooks
Lance
got
seems-
a 2-year contract.
Yep.
I think it was earlier in the day. This one.
And just to make sure you guys know, the second year is non-guaranteed,
Yeah.
meaning he will not for
I
sure
think he's
be on the
got
team next year.
$230,000 guaranteed for next year. So he still has to make the
I
team.
think it was 250.
250.
Yeah.
So he's still got to make the team to get the full contract or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think
But
there's a good chance that he will make
same
the team.
same contract as Yuta Watanabe. Very similar
Yeah,
contract what he got last year.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
So I think it makes a ton of sense. He's come out here. His 3-point shot has been on and off. It's been a lot better lately.
But just having a guy that can shoot, then the defense has to respect.
And I was really concerned about his defense because it didn't look very good at the start, and it's never been good. But it was
He's got long arms, man.
And
he
he
gets
is
in those
trying.
passing lanes.
He's
trying
really
so
hard.
hard.
And even after he got the contract, he was still trying really hard. Like I was kind of worried he'd like settle down a bit. Okay, I'm good, but no, he's trying really hard.
And we didn't mention in the Cavs game he had that like a chase down block in the Cavs game. And
man.
Shout out to Armani Brooks, man. I love seeing guys.
He's the perfect guard that the Raptors kind of look for because of his he's smaller in stature, but he's got the long arms. You know, he's got that lengthy body. And if there is a type of player that could have potential to be a great defensive guard, it's him because he's just the reach around ability. You know.
I just want to throw this out. I did maybe call this one at the trade deadline, so I'm just saying.
You actually you were high on Armani Brooks.
I was
always
very
high
high
on
for
Armani
this.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to trade for him either.
No, exactly.
No.
I called up Masai and I told him, look, man, I know you want him. Wait, they're gonna drop him. Then we can pick him up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a cool conversation.
And he's young. He's got a lot of potential.
He's just just if he can become, let's hope he doesn't go down the Yuta Watanabe route. Let's just
I
be
think
I'm not gonna put any sort of expectations on him. Like,
Yeah.
just if you can become a rotation player, like a
Yes.
real rotation player,
Yes.
15 minutes a
ninth
night.
man. If you could be a consistent ninth man,
Scored like what? 10
not even
points.
like 8 points,
7,
7
6,
points.
like
And like a consistent
hit a
one.
3, hit 1
Yeah.
3 a game. That's all I
That's it.
need.
Yep.
That's all I need from
And
you,
then
man.
play try on defense.
No, maybe
Do what
more,
you're doing
maybe
right
more
now.
than one. Maybe like 2.
Yeah.
Well, if he's gonna be the ninth man, I mean, I'll take 1 or 2.
Oh, did he play? He played for the Saskatchewan Rattlers.
Oh no way! That's
What?
crazy. What
In
year? In what year?
2020, he played that summer of 2020. It looked like,
Bro, what?
or he at least
in the
Wait, the
CBL.
summer of
And the CBL.
wait. The summer of 2020.
was it the first year?
No.
Did you see
They were around in 2019 because I watched the Rattlers play. They won the championship that very first year.
Yeah.
Man,
This-
shout out to Saskatchewan, bro. If I ever talk to you, Armani
I
Brooks,
don't-
bro, we're gonna talk about Saskatchewan together, man.
Yeah, he played
Sure he
the
wants to do
20.
that? You sure he wants to do that?
Yeah, man. Saskatchewan's got crazy fans,
Joking.
bro. Saskatchewan's got the best fans in all the country, bro. No cap.
I would argue that.
Shout out the Rough Riders.
I think Elias
man.
has a
Shout out
question.
Saskatchewan Rough
I
Riders.
think Elias has a question for us.
What? Or just
Trying to disregard that.
Yes, the weather's been crazy, eh?
Damn, I did not know he played for the
Yeah,
Rattlers.
that's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, that's wild.
On his Wikipedia page.
Dude, I could have seen him play and totally wouldn't have even recognized him, but I didn't see him play because
Do you have stats from that season there?
No, I don't even know if he actually played. That's the thing. Like, it looks like he
bench
just
warmer for them?
signed. No. Like, it looks. I don't know if he actually ended up playing. I cannot find his wingspan anywhere. He must have been in a draft combine at some point, right?
it's not on Basketball Reference.
No, they don't have wingspan.
He wasn't even top 100 at high school.
He would have been in the combine, right? Or like the G League combine at least. Like, he's got
So
his
weird. The
wingspan.
picture of him does not look like him on the court.
No, it doesn't.
He looks like a little kid.
He went to Houston College.
He also played for
University.
Houston.
Houston guy. Where's he from?
Houston.
Really?
No, actually,
Oh.
Waco, Texas. So close.
Waco.
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 Sorry if you guys are from Waco, Texas. I got you.
Yeah.
Are you trying to find his wingspan?
Yeah, I cannot find his wingspan.
No, damn.
It's up there.
He does not have a
I'm
wingspan.
gonna guess 6. I'm gonna guess 6'6".
Yeah, he's definitely got a plus wingspan.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, yeah.
He's not Desmond Bain.
It's crazy to not have a play. Luke Kennard's like one of the few.
Yeah, and Desmond, Luke Kennard, and
But is Desmond's less? Is the wingspan less than
I
his
think
height? Or
I
is it
think
even?
he's got a negative wingspan. That was the big thing about him.
Because that was Luke Kennard. He's a negative wingspan.
There's always these shooters.
Yeah.
It's like shorter wingspan in 2K.
6'4".
Yeah,
6'4" wingspan. Yeah, so he's got two below his height for Desmond Bain.
All right, moving on. We should probably move on. Okay, so
we
let's.
already talked about Armani Brooks. We can. We just talked about Armani Brooks.
Yeah.
We can
Okay,
keep-
so then let's get into the question.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to see your guys' thoughts. This is kind of a more discussion topic. Who do you want to play in the playoffs? We're pretty certified in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs.
We're
Whether-
clinched in the play no matter what.
Yeah, and whether in the play or playoffs officially is a different story.
Yeah.
But who do you guys, assuming we actually make the playoffs, we win the play-in if we're in there, who do you guys want to play against?
I want to play realistically though, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be below the 4 seed. Like we're gonna not have home court advantage.
Realistically, I would say I want to play Chicago, but I don't think Chicago is going to be up high enough for us to play them.
They're too far above Boston.
Out of Milwaukee, Boston, Miami, and Philly.
I want Miami.
Yeah, I
I'd be
want Miami.
comfortable- I'd be comfortable with Miami or Boston. I know it's a hot take because Boston is playing really well
Their
right now.
defense is so good and they match up so well against us.
But I think that we could pull it off.
Boston was going to be the one team I don't want to play.
Really?
Yeah, out of
Okay.
all of them.
Why?
I would say I want to play Miami.
Why not Boston instead of Milwaukee? Like I would rather play Boston, Milwaukee.
I
think
think
Milwaukee.
see,
I think
that's the
Milwaukee.
thing,
There's
yeah,
no chance.
I'm gonna say Boston over Milwaukee for our team is because Milwaukee has been decimated by injuries on their wings, and I think the Raptors have a lot of matchups they can exploit on that team. And that Milwaukee's defense all year has really struggled, and it's because they're missing their wing. Like that was a big thing with them, right? They had all these wing role players that can come in and fill these big roles and give the Raptors problems.
Then they
I mean, I don't want to play Milwaukee.
Yeah. So like,
well, the guys like Pat Connaughton, right? He's been hurt, and like
He's back now, though, isn't he?
I don't think he was back.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
he's just back. I just think I would much. I mean, that's a toss up for me. It's those two.
Yeah.
I don't want to play either of them. I just think Boston, they really match up with us. I think even though Ime Udoka's a first-year head coach, I still think Budenholzer's not. I'm really low. I don't like Budenholzer as a coach at all. I think he's honestly like it makes the title more impressive that they want it with Budenholzer as their coach.
Pat's back.
He's back?
Yeah, and so is Brook Lopez, by the way.
Yeah, but I got to see how he looks, though. I don't think
40% from 3.
This is this game.
Oh, in the game. I was like, what?
I think
that's one of the best percentages in the NBA.
I think Boston, though, they just have they've literally got if you would construct a team to defend the Raptors, you would construct the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, well, they match up so well. Because also, they're not deep is the other thing.
I'd say they're deeper than Milwaukee.
Would you?
Because you've got Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Okay, we're not talking starters. We're just talking their bench.
Okay, so off their bench, you've got Grant Williams had an awesome year.
Derek White
off their bench. Al Horford starting your bench, depends.
I think he starts. I think it's Smart, Jalen, JT, Horford, Williams.
So White, Williams. Who else would they play one more in the playoffs?
They probably do. Wouldn't be Neesmith.
Pritchard's been better in the second half of the year.
He's too small to play in the playoffs, I think.
Wouldn't they play Daniel Tice?
Oh, Tice. Yeah, Tice has been really
Tice.
good for them too. Sadly, even though I don't like him.
Why don't you like Daniel Tice?
I hate everyone in Boston.
Really?
Except for Derek White, which is like I'm so torn.
I think I actually do like Daniel Tice. He's a little bit slow, but I like him, man. He's
a
good form.
cheater, man.
He's
a
German.
cheater.
He's from
a
Germany.
cheater? Why is he a cheater? What do you mean he's a cheater?
He elbows dudes and they're driving to the rim.
So do you.
Yeah, I know. I just think Boston's matched up in a way that they can really give the Raptors troubles.
I think if we can get under Marcus Smart's skin,
I don't think you
make
can,
him all
though.
pissed off.
I don't think you can.
I think I like our chance against Boston more than Milwaukee. We're not going to beat Giannis.
I don't think so either. I think we're going to lose to either of these teams.
Okay, yeah, but like odds wise, like I really think we have a better chance against Boston.
Maybe because they're younger.
Again, I don't think we have a good chance against either. But when it comes to Chicago, or I guess probably going to play.
We're not going to play Chicago.
When it comes to Miami, I just think that they don't have. I mean, they have Jimmy Butler, but like
he's been bad this year, man.
He's
had a bad year. Don't vote Jimmy Butler for All NBA third team. Seriously, watch basketball and look at numbers.
Don't
just rely on names.
Vote Pascal.
Okay, you're paid to cover the NBA. You can watch NBA and make an actual opinion.
Okay,
imagine that, ESPN. Wow, that'd be great. Sorry, ESPN's paying a lot of people a lot of money that don't actually know the game.
Okay, so we're not going to say his name anymore. We'll say JB. It just seems to tick Sam off.
Yeah, sure, Jimmy Butler.
It's like, and they rely a lot on shooting, and their shooting hasn't been fantastic great this year. Tyler Hero,
their offense is not that good.
They need Tyler Hero to have a good game.
I think we can say definitively right now, our most ideal matchup would be the Miami Heat.
Definitely.
I think so. I think Kyle Lowry, I love him.
No one on that team scares me.
No, they really don't, man. Bam, I guess
beat them like multiple times this
year.
year.
Your only thing would be Bam guarding Pascal, which Bam has shown.
I think Precious is another different type of player now. I think Precious can handle Bam.
But Bam guarding Pascal though. That for sure. But I think that's what I'm saying is that if Bam is going to guard Pascal, I think we can give a little bit more responsibility to Scottie and Precious, man. Like
Miami's defense is really good.
It is
definitely. So I mean that's a given.
Yeah. But it's not as good.
Our offense won't look good against Miami, but like they're all going to be grinding out games. That's who Miami is. That's who we are.
All of Miami's guys who give them spacing are just massive liabilities in defense as well. And if your number one option is Jimmy Butler in the year 2022, you're not an elite offense.
No,
you're just not.
He can't shoot.
And Kyle Lowry's not good enough at this point just to carry them that way. And Bam is he's just not that type of player.
No,
that's not his skill set. So I just think, and then with Philly, I'd put Philly my second most want to play team, because I guess lower than most people on Matisse Thybulle. I think it's pretty overrated. I think he's still an All NBA level defender to me. I just think
he'll have a crazy 8-minute span throughout an entire game that'll be super clutch, but then for the rest of the game he's quiet.
I just think his defense. I mean, his offense is so. I'm just so low on his offense that it doesn't it's proven time and time again against good teams that it doesn't allow him to use his defense.
Yeah,
and he just gets played off the floor, and they've got no other wing defenders on that team. George
really,
Niang is their next wing defender.
Yeah, like their depth is really bad right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, I think we'll do what we can with Harden and Embiid, but other than that, I mean, like Maxi's good, but like I love playing against Tobias Harris because he's a brick house. Yeah. And Matisse won't do anything offensively against us. I mean, defensively, sure, but like every team has defenders like that we're gonna play against, right? We got Giannis, we got Bam, like every team that we're gonna play against.
And Matisse Thybulle's best skill sets on defense are guarding pick and roll guards and also guarding off ball. And Raptors are a team that, while they do share the ball, they're not whipping the ball around.
Like he'll probably guard Gary, and Gary's a tough shot maker anyway.
And he's also just not. The Raptors aren't passing to Gary all that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when Pascal's like operating in the mid post, Matisse Thybulle his defensive value just isn't the same.
Yeah.
Rather against a team like, I mean, Trae Young is so good, he made him look pretty bad against the Hawks. But like against, like say he was guarding James Harden.
Sure.
That's where Matisse Thybulle's skill sets are better, using the pick and roll like that.
Yeah.
Rather than a team against the Raptors. And then who else do they have? George Niang, like he's not guarding.
Yeah, like our quickness is unmatched.
Now Harden and Embiid are so talented that they probably win that series anyway, just based off talent. But
they're also a slower team though.
Yeah. Yeah, be very interesting. Very different styles.
Yeah, their quickness, bro.
Very clashing styles.
Clash of Clans styles.
Yeah. But yeah, please, Chicago, go on win streak. Go to the 3rd seed.
Oh, I'd love
God, I
want
to play Chicago.
Woo! Give me Chicago twice.
And let's stay in the 6th seed. I don't want to play Kyrie and KD in a one game.
Okay, guys, what is our most realistic matchup? Over these last like 9 or 10 games, what is going to be the most realistic matchup for us?
It's hard to say right now because it's so tight.
Right.
I'd say Miami because Boston's kind of on the upswing and Miami's
Boston's going to rise.
Yeah, I'd say Miami.
Let me look here really quick.
Yeah, Miami and Milwaukee are half a game back at Philly and
I was looking
it's so close.
I was looking at our schedule and Cleveland's schedule. They're both pretty like middle. Like we have some good teams and bad teams, both teams. So I think we can definitely, and we're playing better than Cleveland right now.
We're healthier.
I think we can stay at 6th seed. That's what I think realistically will happen. I think we'll stay 6th seed, and then from there, I think Boston will jump over Miami. It could be Miami or Milwaukee,
and it could be Philly.
Look how close it is.
It's so close. It's
all right.
Yeah.
Also, I would like Elias to quickly elaborate on how much the differences in skill level between the Eastern Conference and Western Conference, because you told me an interesting fact the other day, and it's very it puts things into perspective.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is to preface how much better the Eastern Conference is in the NBA than the Western Conference.
Do you want to say the fact at this point, or you're just going to spoil the whole thing?
No, I was just prefacing.
I'm joking. That's all good. Whatever, the 1st seed and the 8th seed in the East are separated by 7. Or I'll say the 1st seed and the 9th seed are separated by 8.5 games in the East. The 1 seed and the 2 seed are separated by 8.5 games in the West.
Oh my
crazy.
God! Holy crap!
Also, like
crazy.
But at the same time,
Phoenix is so good. Also,
at the same time, I feel like teams like. I honestly feel like I think Phoenix is the best team in the league. I still feel like teams like Dallas and Utah and Golden State and Memphis are better than Miami and Chicago and us and Cleveland. I still feel like those middle of the pack Western Conference teams are good.
The West is more top heavy.
Yeah,
where we're better. The East is better throughout.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like
the East is more competitive too, man.
That comes with it.
The Lakers and the Pelicans and the Spurs are close for that 10 seed. Right down there, the West is really bad. I just think Utah and Dallas and Golden State and like all those playoff teams in the West are still really, really good.
The top 7 teams in the West are still really good.
Like, I think Chicago's not that good of a team in there. And I think Philly's not as good as their record is.
They need Lonzo Ball.
And I don't think Miami's that good. So I honestly would take a lot of the Western Conference.
You don't think Miami's good?
I think they're good, but I don't think they're number 1 seed good.
I still think they're really good, but I still think I like our chances.
I think you need a lead offensive player to win playoff games, and they don't have one.
Bull hunky.
Also, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
No.
Just shout out to them.
Big. I love Minnesota.
Yeah.
Second best. I actually
really do like Minnesota.
The second best 3-point shooting big man of all time, Karl Anthony Towns, behind Precious Achiuwa.
Who said that? Who was one that? Kevin Durant said that.
He's behind Precious.
No. Yeah, that's what he said. No, I mean he said that Cat's second best of all time.
Behind Dirk?
After Dirk, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say that, even though technically it's Cat, but.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, yeah.
Shout out to Cat, man.
Shout out to Jared Vanderbilt as well.
The Vandalorian.
The Vandalorian.
All right. So most realistic matchup, just to recap, most realistic matchup will probably be the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
What we would like we would prefer to see Chicago.
Yeah, but that's
we're not going to see Chicago. I think,
There's a more realistic chance we pass Chicago in the standings.
Yeah, I guess it could also be Milwaukee because, okay, right now, the top 4 seeds are separated by half a game. So those are going to flip every single day until the playoffs
they're virtually
start.
tied.
Yeah, but Miami.
It's so cool to see.
But Boston's going to win more games than lose this last 10. Miami will be right in the middle, I think. So
Boston's
we could play Milwaukee or Philadelphia more realistically because if we're going to say 6th seed, we're playing a 3rd seed. And I think Miami could drop to that 4th seed.
Boston's 9-1 in their last 10. Miami's 4-6.
Yeah. So it could be Philadelphia or Milwaukee. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, let's do Miami, baby. Come on.
All right.
Maybe.
So looking ahead.
Oof, massive game on Monday. Play Boston on Monday.
That'd be a tough one. See what happens.
That's gonna be a really interesting.
It's gonna be a really telling game.
Yep, very telling game.
I'm really hoping we have Fred and Gary back for that game.
It's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be an ugly game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna be too pretty.
I'm glad we have OG though. We've got OG. We've got a great defensive squad out there. Not gonna lie, we do got a great defensive squad out there.
We got the. This will be after. We play the Timberwolves on Wednesday.
The Celtics the only one.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be good to talk about though.
We haven't played the Celtics since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's been not since they've really picked up their play.
Yeah. So this will be, and this is why I think I like our matchup against the Celtics, man.
Right.
I think we're quite evenly matched for each other.
I want your confidence, man. I do.
Well,
I'm not far behind that. I don't think Boston's a blowout. We do match up well with Boston. I think it's just a sword fight.
Boston has done and improved very well this season, but also so have we. We're a totally completely different.
Here's the thing with us. Boston's way more consistent than we are. We go in stretches where we'll win 5 in a row and lose 5 in a row.
I know, but I think I think
if we're in the right mode, we can definitely do it. Just if we're gonna be in that mode.
Yes, I think that's very true. I also think that is Gary gonna be playing?
Don't know yet.
No, there's no. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right.
We haven't had. He's been ruled out pretty quickly the last little bit, so I don't know.
Okay, so I think it very much depends on circumstance, but at the same time, I think objectively we do match up very well with them. And if there is any team that teams are on the lookout for, it's us. We just stole the 6th seed, man. We just got that.
Teams are scared of us. Coaches say that all the time. Coaches say they are a tough team to play against. And who was it? There was a YouTuber that I watch, Kenny Beecham. Shout out Kenny Beecham. He was talking about how crazy the Raptors lineup is. I think it's cool seeing as an outside fan talking about the Raptors, where he's like, man, it's crazy they played a lineup with these guys. And we're like, yeah, we've been doing that.
Hell yeah. All right, so and then is there any other game that's going to be played between then and our next podcast?
No.
That's it.
All right, so
I have a cool fun fact. I don't know, the Hornets are 0-7 in overtime this season. Yeah, it's weird. The Hornets are 0-7 in overtime this year.
Oh my goodness,
it's weird. Crap. How do you do that?
That's a fraudulent team right there.
Yeah. That's facts.
All right,
just get them to overtime, then you got the W.
Yeah, there you go. All right, to wrap it up, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the RapChat podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and also subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, bell. Make sure to leave us a rating, and also please leave us a review. No, I was trying to remember what I was going to say. Make sure to leave us a rating, and also please leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, where we post new clips of the show every single week. I am your host, Luke Dick.
I'm Elias Eldridge.
And I'm Sam Canny.
And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out.